All I did was grab her ass, and they threw me in the world's most insane prison. Because inside was a drug lord who could wipe out the US with a snap, a swordmaster who could single-handedly take down Japan, a hacker who controlled the entire global internet, 18 of the most dangerous criminals on the planet just chilling in there. The prison's foundation was literally built with nukes. And somehow a nobody like me ended up inside. All because that girl pulled every string she had. She wanted me to suffer every single day behind bars. What she didn't expect? The 18 bosses in there didn't mess with me at all. They actually treated me with crazy respect, because none of them had anyone to pass their skills down to. So I became the student of all 18 of them. Years flew by, and I learned everything they knew. I even surpassed them. Yamo, your sentence is up. You're free to go today. A guard called out to me. I opened my eyes. I looked at my master standing nearby and gave a deep bow. Masters, I'll be heading out now. My master looked at me and said, "You little punk, why are you being all sentimental today? Our time is done. Yours is just beginning. Don't forget what we asked you to do." Masters, whatever you've asked of me, I'll get it done. Once a teacher, always a father. I'm heading out. I knelt down and kowtowed 3 times, then turned and walked away. Outside the prison, I looked up at the sky and took a deep breath of fresh air. I'm out, for everyone who couldn't be. The next day, I was back in Nanling. The moment I landed, I saw 2 white-haired elders. Without a word, I dropped to my knees. Mom, Dad, I'm sorry for putting you through all this. Mom pulled me up, tears in her eyes. As long as you're home safe. Dad was flagging down a cab on the side of the road. I was confused. Dad, where's your car? When I went in, we still had a few companies running. Clearly something had gone wrong. Sure enough, Dad gave a bitter smile. Son, after you went in, the business fell apart. Everything collapsed. We had to sell the cars and the house just to cover the debt. I could see how ashamed he was. I didn't have the heart to push further. Mom gave Dad a look. The kid just got home? Why are you bringing all this up? Then she turned to me. Xiaomo, we may not be rich right now, but we've got enough saved for your wedding with Ruyan. We should set a date soon, maybe a family dinner with her folks. Liu Ruyan. I said the name in my head. She was my high school classmate, my first love. Just thinking about her made my heart feel warm. Before I went in, we got engaged. She promised she'd marry me when I got out. She was the reason I made it through all those years. Back home, I took a shower. Sat down for a meal with my parents. Mom cooked all my favorites. Then at the table, she said happily, "I just called Ruyan's parents. We made plans for dinner tonight to lock in a wedding date for you two." Right then, there was a knock at the door. Mom got up to answer it. A moment later, a middle-aged couple walked in with the girl I'd been dreaming about all these years. Mom and Dad exchanged confused looks. "Wasn't dinner supposed to be tonight? Why are you here now?" They were puzzled, but still welcomed them in warmly. The Liu family barely acknowledged my parents' warm welcome. Ruyan's dad, Liu Jianan, crossed his legs and plopped himself down on the couch like he owned the place. He squinted with a smirk. "Old, yeah, we've known each other for years. Let me just cut to the chase." My dad's expression went cold instantly. He'd been somebody once. He could still read people. Liu Jianan leaned back arrogantly and said, "My daughter's a department manager at Huayao Group, making 6 figures. Your son's an ex-con. You really think he's good enough for her? I'm here to tell you straight. If you're dreaming about marrying my daughter, keep dreaming." Liu's wife chimed in with that annoying passive-aggressive tone. "Exactly. A toad doesn't get to eat swan meat. Dream on." My parents were stunned. They figured the Lius might stir up trouble, but they didn't expect them to show up and blow everything up like this. I calmly looked over at Liu Ruyan. "Is this what you want too?" Ruyan rolled her eyes. "Obviously. Yamo, back in school you were the rich kid and I was broke, so of course I chased after you. But now your family's bankrupt and you just did years in prison. You really think you're still in my league?" Just then, a guy reeking of alcohol walked in wearing a suit. The moment Ruyan saw him, she ran over and grabbed his arm. "Yamo, I might as well be honest with you. This is my boyfriend now, vice president of Huayao Group, making millions a year. That's the kind of guy who's worthy of someone like me. And by the way, I'm already carrying his baby." Hearing that, I felt my blood pressure skyrocket. I genuinely didn't see her betrayal coming, and to do all this right in front of my parents, no shame at all. The suit guy looked at me with pure contempt. "You did time in prison. Even looking at you feels like bad luck." I looked at Ruyan's smug face and laughed coldly. "Liu Ruyan, you dare call yourself accomplished? You forgot how your parents got on their knees and begged me back in the day? You know exactly why I went to prison. Everyone said I was the one driving when that girl got hit. But it was your dad behind the wheel." My parents looked completely shocked. "Xiaomo, what did you just say?" I looked at them with shame. "Mom, Dad, I was blind. I let myself rot in prison for 10 years. I let our family go broke." Ruyan let out a cold laugh. "Yamo, don't play the martyr. You chose to do all that yourself. That's on you, not me." I sighed. "Fine. You want to call off the engagement? I'll agree. But you borrowed 100K from me back then, plus 10 years of my life I served for you. 15 million seems fair. You know what? Forget the interest. Just give me 10 million. Otherwise, don't even think about calling this off." Ruyan exploded. "Yamo, did prison fry your brain? 10 million? On what basis?" The suit guy frowned and stepped up. "Kid, name's Jiboda, vice president of Huayao Group. That baby's mine. What do you think pulling this stunt is gonna do? One call from me and your whole family is finished." I stared Jiboda down. "The engagement contract is still in my hands. Every word of it in black and white. You think you two can just ride off into the sunset? Not a chance."